If you're new to this platform, there are a couple of things that I want to encourage you to do. Go ahead, do not hesitate. Go ahead and smack the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube if you didn't know. The name is JP Hightek Reviews on YouTube. Go ahead and follow us there. Let's grow together. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's conversation. And what is that? I know I mentioned it earlier, but let's go ahead and discuss that again one more time. This is growing your business with a pro home podcasting studio. So without further ado, let's get it started. All right, family, welcome to the show. What's in my studio with your humble servant, JP Hightek. Now, folks, if you didn't know, I am a global branding expert. About me in a little bit, but I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the folks that are joining us in the comment section. Hey, what's good? John Lacey, I appreciate you being here. Hello to you as well. Thank you for being with us. And look at that, MJ, all the way from LinkedIn. If you're watching this, let me know where you're joining us from. I see a whole lot of folks watching this on Amazon Live right now. Let me know in the comment section where you're joining us from. I highly appreciate that. MJ, Dr. Mary McConnor, thank you for joining us here, folks. I appreciate you from wherever you're joining. This show is broadcasting on Amazon Live, on Facebook, on our YouTube, on not Instagram, but on our YouTube channel and on our website. Of course, we also live on my Roku TV application. If you didn't know, we do have our TV application. Hey, folks, go ahead and download our TV application today. The name is JP Hightek TV. Download that right now, onto your smart TV on Roku. And of course, if you have an iPhone, you can also download our application. The name is the same, JP Hightek TV today. Free applications so that we can grow together and stay connected. That is what this is all about. So, like I said, folks, we are discussing how to grow your business with a pro home studio, right? Now, it is important to understand that growing your business with a home podcasting and video studio requires a strategic approach, right? And a commitment to producing high quality, consistent, right, content. That is very, very important. Now, we're about to talk about and dive into the nitty and gritty of what you need to do today, right? True actionable steps, things that you can implement today so that you can start making money with your home podcast, right? Or your home setup that you have, your professional studio. I keep saying pro because it has to be pro for people to take you seriously, right? And for people to want to spend money with you. Now, before I get into all of that, allow me to take a minute and introduce myself for the folks that are discovering for the first time. Like I said, I am a global branding and media expert. I'm the founder and CEO of a media agency called Perfect Zone Productions. We are located here in the state of Tennessee, right? And I'm also the founder of the Content Creators University. Now, for the folks that are like, really? Yes, that's what I do. I work with corporations, small business owners, individuals, anybody that's looking to grow a premium brand. And with my agency, Perfect Zone Productions, what we do is we leverage a couple of things such as cinematography and live video, web and graphic design, software and mobile app development, photography, social media management and marketing, podcast production and distribution. There's so much that we do, but that is my daily bread, right? That is what I do every day to put food on the table. So, of course, Daddy, this is something that is dear to my heart. And as you can see, so again, if you are wondering, what is this guy expertise? And this is it. All right. This is it. You can connect with me. My website is right there in front of you. jphightek.com, HIGHTEK.com is the website. Now let's go ahead and jump into today's conversation. And the very first thing that I want us to focus on when it comes down to really, leveraging these things, our home setup in order to make money is understanding that it is a business and treat it as such. All right. Let me repeat that. Understand it is a business and treat it as such. JP, what are you talking about? Well, here's the thing, family. Studies showed, right, that most people are more likely, all right, are more disciplined working for somebody else than working for themselves, right? So automatically this will tell you what, this is not for everyone, okay? In order to leverage your home setup to make money seriously, There's a certain mindset to embrace. So not everyone can do this. Okay. So right away, we need to ask ourselves that question. Am I doing this for a hobby? And there's nothing wrong with that if it's a hobby for you, right? Have fun. But if you're like, no, I really want to build a sustainable income. I really want to grow my business. Well, it is a business, right? I really want to grow this. You have to address it as a business. And when we're talking about thinking of it as a business, you have to develop the characteristics of a business owner if you don't have that. Right? Somebody might ask me, well, JP, what are those characteristics? Well, the first thing I'll tell you is to have an entrepreneurial spirit, right? You have to be an entrepreneur. Individuals with a business mindset like that are often natural entrepreneurs, right? Or they've developed that, or they love the process of the entrepreneurial journey. They love that, right? Those individuals have a willingness to take calculated risk, and they're not deterred by the fear of failure. If failure, is something that you don't like, you have that fear, it will be hard for you to be an entrepreneur. Okay. And of course, when we're talking about thinking about this as a business, is of course understanding when it's a business, right? My podcast, this conversation that we're having today, this show, right? I have it legally registered and have everything that goes with it when we're talking about business, right? Launching your business, like you already know, right? So already you have that foundational things, and now you're developing those characteristics that I'm talking about. And the next one that I want to tell you about is resilience. Resilience, family. Right? The business world can be tough, family. It can be tough, and setbacks are common. So a strong mindset in the business world is required so that you don't just throw out the towel whenever things do not go your way. Right? You have to develop the ability to bounce back from failures or setback with a determination and a positive attitude, right? Your attitude whenever things do not go the right way is crucial to keep you on the right track, to allow you to keep moving, to keep going, right? I'll be looking down sometimes here because the comments from Amazon Live do not come right here in the platform. So I have to be checking to make sure nobody's asking any questions. All right. There are no comments there that I am potentially missing because we're also broadcasting this on Amazon Live, right? So very important that I keep my eye on that from time to time, which is why I'll be looking down like I'm doing right now, right? So resilience is what we're talking about, making sure that we develop that resilience so we don't throw the towel whenever things do not go well. Another thing we want to develop is problem solving, family, right? Business-minded individuals are skilled problem solvers, right? I love those folks. They approach challenges with an analytical mindset, right? They break everything down into manageable parts. This is crucial. And what you want to do is develop creative solutions, right? In regards to the things that did not go the right way, right? Break them down. Very important to do that, right? The next thing you want to do is be adaptable. Family, you have to be able to adapt. The business landscape is constantly, right, changing. We always saying, whenever we go live that since we are in technology, right? Since we discuss tech, we need to understand that technology is an ever evolving, ever growing draw plate. So we got to be able to adapt according to the changes that are coming our way, right? We have to do that. Having a business mindset means being adaptable and open to change. If you do not like change, you will have a hard time running your own business or even adapting to the changes in technology, because all of this is all about technology. Right? So successful individuals in business are willing to pivot when necessary and embrace new ideas and new technology. So you got to be open to learning new things, right? Learning new ways of doing the same things you used to do, right? Because something that you're doing today very well may not be the best way to do them a year from now, 7 months from now, right? 2 years from now. So you have to be open to continuous growth, right? Keep learning, okay? You have to be resourceful, which is the next point, because a business mindset involves making the most of available resources that we have, okay? Whether it's financial resources, time, or human capital, those with this mindset find a way to maximize efficiency and effectiveness. How resourceful are you? Are you really maximizing everything you have? Are you able to really use the max out of everything you have? Or you're always looking for ways to procrastinate, for ways not to really do what you promised yourself you were going to do, right? Very, very important that we understand these things, that we implement that so that we can have the right mindset in our businesses. For the folks that are watching this, let me know in the comment section what type of business you have. What business do you have? I'd love to know. And I know other folks that are watching this live, or the folks that will be watching this on demand, will love to know the type of business that you have, so that we can do what? Network together, which is the next point, networking, right? We should be able to build and maintain relationships, because maintaining this and growing our network is a key aspect, right, of a business mindset. You have to be able to network. You have to be willing to network, because that's how you build your business. Networking can lead to valuable partnership, collaborations, and opportunities for growth, family. Right? I always say here that networking is the new currency. If you follow me on social media, right, you will hear me say that, networking is the new currency. I'm always encouraging people to network. And one thing before we move on, right, here to the next point, is having long-term vision. While focusing on short-term goals is important, a business mindset also involves having a long-term vision for the future, right? It's about thinking strategically and planning for sustainable success. So you should have your short-term goals and long-term goals, right? All this goes into what we are discussing, which has to do with understanding that this indeed is a business and treated it as such. Okay, so let's have that foundation set, that our home professional studio setup is a business, and we are going to be treating this as the business that it is. And so we have to be persistent in order to achieve success, right? Because things will go bad, or not everything will go the way we want them to go, but we have to be able to keep it going, to be persistent and keep pushing, and not lose faith the second something doesn't go the way we will have wanted it to go. Okay. Now let's go to the next point here, which is very important for us to know in leveraging this to make money. And of course, this is define your goals and target audience. All right. How do you do that? You got to start by clearly defining your business objectives, right? What are your objectives for your business, for podcasting and video content? What are they? Write those down. Okay. Write them down. Are you aiming to increase brand awareness, generate leads, or establish thought for leadership? Right? Which one of those are you doing? Are you, right? Let me repeat it so that you can make sure you're taking note, right? Are you aiming to increase brand awareness, generate leads, or establish thought for people? Understanding your goals will lead you or guide you to creating the type of content that you need to create. Okay, so here's the thing. Why and how do we define our target audience? And this is something that's very important, because folks, a lot of times, right, I hear folks talk about, defining our target audience, right? But they will never actually tell you how to define your target audience. So today we're about to dive into that, right? How exactly do you determine your target audience, right? Well, you have to define your target audience. It's crucial. Before I tell you how, let me tell you why. This is crucial because it will help you in the marketing of your business and building a strategy for your business, right? By identifying and understanding your target audience, you can tailor your product, services, right, and marketing efforts to better meet their needs. Now, the first thing you need to do when it comes down to defining your target audience is to start with your existing data. For example, if you're already an existing business, right, or you have some data, you've been doing some business for some time, analyze your customers' demographics, purchase history, and behavior to identify common traits and patterns. If you're not an existing business, well, you need to, right, write your ideal target audience profile down, right, and grab some data in regards to what you dream to be your ideal customer profile, right? And then write those down, right? What are their demographics? Where are they located, right? What are their purchase history based on your ideal customer profile, right? What are their behavior to help you identify the common traits? What are the things that they usually do? Where are the places that they usually spend their times? And whenever you've done that, the next thing that you want to do is create a buyer persona, right? Which we call BP. Develop detailed buyer persona for your target audience is crucial, right? These are semi-fictional representation of your ideal customers. So each persona should include your demographic information, for example, age, gender, location, right, income, etc. Psychographic details, for example, their interests, their values, their lifestyle, and something that's very important, right, their pain points or challenges, right? After you've done that, the next thing you want to do, right, in detailing or defining your target audience is researching your market. Let me say that again. Researching your market. We have to be able to research our market so we can truly do the things that we want to do and know who we want to serve, right? So let's detail and research our ideal target audience. And how do we do that? Well, when we're doing this, right, we want to conduct a market research to gain a deeper understanding of our industry and our competitors. Okay, we want to look at our market trends, customer behaviors, and emerging needs. What? How well do you know your competitors? Do you even know who your competitors are? These things are so important for us to know and understand so that we can implement them the best way and know that we're receiving true return on our investment. The next point that you want to do, the next thing you want to do in here, in defining your target audience, is survey your customers. Use surveys and feedback forms, right, to gather information directly from your current customers, right, or potential customers. Ask about their preferences, their pain points, and what they value in products or services, right? Those information, this will allow you to really define and have the best ideal profile for your customer base or your potential customer base, right? This is crucial, family. This is crucial that we do these things, right? And the next thing we want to do is analyze social media insights. All right. Social media insights. What do you mean, JP? Well, if you have a social media presence, examine your audience's demographics and engagement metrics, right? Most social media platform will provide you with insights into your followers. So you want to look into those. If you're on YouTube, for example, you can go into your Creator Studio and look at your data analytics. If you're on Facebook, you can do the same thing, right? You want to look at those that data because that's going to help you know exactly the type of followers you have, the type of people that are potentially interested in the type of things that you're doing, right? And now you can tailor your marketing, promotion, and different ads to them, right? If you know anything about running ads on Facebook, you know that you can really drill it down to the age, demographics, location, all of that, right? So that you can get a better return on your investment, okay? And the next thing you want to do when you're defining your target audience is studying your competitors. Studying your competitors, right? A lot of times we don't do that. I want to give a shout out to the First Lady Cree. Thanks for being here. Yeah, she said that's great. We have to know our competitors. 100% agree. right? We have to know who our competitors are, and we have to study them after we know them. Analyze your competitors, family. Analyze their fan base as well. Who are they targeting? Who are they working with? Who are they promoting to, right? And how are they reaching them? Very important. This can provide a valuable insight into potential target audiences that you want to build, right? And the next thing I want you to think about is consider your USP, which is unique selling proposition. You will hear me say this over and over again. I say this all the time, family. What is your unique value proposition? Which, now the term your USP, your unique selling proposition. What is it? If there's nothing that makes you unique, then why should people go with you instead of their competitors? Or your competitors, I should say, right? Think about what sets your product or your services apart from from your competition, right? Your target audience should align with the unique benefits that you have to offer, right? And next, identify pain points and needs. Understand the problem or challenges your target audience forces, that they're facing, and how can your business solve those problems? Tailor your messaging to address these pain points for them, right? And after you've done that, determine their buying behavior. Examine how your audience makes their purchase decisions. Do they research extensively? Are they price sensitive? Knowing this type of information can help refine your marketing strategy, right? And after you've done that, yeah, it's a lot of work, somebody's saying in the comment section. Yes, it's a lot of work, but like I always say, if it was easy, anybody, I repeat, anybody will be able to do it, right? That's why we have to take the time to do these things if we truly want to build a sustainable, right, income business, right? A business that will stay in place and grow regardless of adversity. These are the type of things that we need to do because these are the foundational things that will allow us to be successful whenever we are running our business, right? Because a lot of times, like I said, people talk about you need to define your target audience, but they don't teach you guys how to do so. Well, we're talking about how to do so. The next thing you want to do in, the work of defining when you're trying to define your target audience, right? The next thing you want to do is segment your audience. In some cases, it may make sense to segment your target audience into smaller groups. What am I talking about? You can segment them based on criteria, certain criteria. For example, your age, have a list of, people of the same age, their income, a list of their income, right? Income brackets and all that, location. All right. This will allow you for a more personalized marketing efforts. And it makes it easy, folks. It makes it a whole lot easy. And now one thing that we need to know is test and refine, family. Test and refine. Your understanding of your target audience may evolve over time. All right. Continuously collect and analyze those data and be willing to adjust your approach, family, as need be. There's nothing as set in stone. Every brand grows and evolves. So you got to be able to, evolve and refine your data, refine your strategy as you grow, as they grow, as their need grow, as their need changes and so forth, right? Now you want to create an audience-centric content. Develop content marketing materials and product services offering that specifically, right? Specific service that address the needs and interests of your target audience. Your messages should resonate. Your posts, everything you do should resonate with them, right? And then whenever you do that, you want to monitor and measure that. Use key performance indicators like KPIs to track the success of your marketing efforts, family, right? Are you reaching, and converting your target audience effectively? If not, adjust your strategy based on the results that you have. And one thing that I personally always do is I always seek feedback. If you notice, if you follow me on social media, you notice that not long ago, I had a post asking people, what do you truly think of whenever you hear my name? I wanted to know. I wanted genuine feedback, right? You have to be continually seeking feedback from your audience. This can come from survey reviews, social media comments, or posts like I did, or direct interaction with them, right? You want to use this feedback to refine your offering and messaging, right? And finally, the last thing you want to know into building your target audience is staying updated. Market condition and consumer preferences can change. So stay informed about your industry trends and be ready to adapt to the shift in your target audience's behavior or needs. This is technology, so we have to be able to do that, right? So now this takes us to the next point here that we need to understand, and this has to do with defining your offering, right? What product or services do you offer, family? Or do you even have anything to offer? And not just offer as an expert. It is vital that we position ourselves as an expert, right? You have to position yourself as an expert, right? If you don't position yourself as an expert, well, you will have a lot of problems. Proving that you are an expert in a particular field or domain is crucial for gaining credibility, trust, and recognition. Let me say that again. It is crucial to build credibility, trust, and recognition. How credible are you? Do people trust you? Right? Do they recognize you as an authority in the field that you are? These are the things that you want to think through. Now, here's one thing that I want to tell all of you guys that might be making these mistakes, right? So, because some of you, you guys make this mistake, and I want to help you change that. Saying that you are an expert doesn't mean anything. The fact that you tell people, I am an expert, or you write expert right next to your name or anything like that. I mean, I don't know how else to say this, right? Let me come right here. Family, telling people I am an expert in X domain or X field does not automatically make you an expert. There's a whole lot of things that you need to do in order to establish yourself as an expert. And again, we're about to dive into that because a lot of times people talk about telling you, I've watched so many podcasts where they're telling you, you have to establish yourself as an expert. You have to prove to people you're an expert. But how do you do that? What's the best way for you to prove to folks that indeed you are an expert? Well, let's talk about it. So the first thing we want to do, right, when it comes down to proving to people that we're an expert is, one, we want to acquire deep knowledge, right? The foundation of expertise is extensive knowledge, is having extensive knowledge in your chosen field, right? Continuously learn, study, and stay updated on the latest developments and trends. Become an expert through consistent education, right? The next thing you want to do is gain practical experience. Theoretical knowledge alone is not sufficient, family, right? Apply your knowledge in real world situations. Practical experiences provide insight and solutions, right? That the theoretical ones do not. Okay? Now, the next thing you want to do to help you position yourself as an expert is obtain relevant qualifications, such as degrees, certifications, licenses, or client testimonials, right? In your field. And this can help you establish you as an expert, right? This often serves as proof, right, of your knowledge and competence in the subject matter. Now, here's the thing. Even if you have to work for free, family, let me tell you something. Do it. Even if you have to work for free in order to prove your expertise, right, and get those testimonials, do it. Because ultimately, your ideal clientele or your ideal target audience, they do not care whether you've done that job for free or not. All they care about is if you have the expertise to help them. So you can, contact some folks if you do not have a client base right now and do the job, right? Prove to them that you are very knowledgeable and you have the expertise in that field. And after you've done that, collect those testimonials and use that to position yourself as an expert in the field that you've chosen. Doesn't matter if it's free, family. Now, the next thing you want to do is publish authoritative, supportive content. What am I talking about? Well, share your expertise through things like reading articles, blog posts, white page papers, or books, for example, right? Let all those things be supporting documents, right, to the things that you are talking about. Publishing authoritative content in respect to the subject matter will help solidify the things that you're talking about, and it will help establish your credibility. One thing that I always do for the folks that do not know is every single time that I post something on social media, I always add a link to it, right? For example, to learn more, go here. Let me show you something real quick here so that you can see what I'm talking about. So here I am on my social media. And this is a post that I shared, right, about a week ago. And I do this pretty much for every single post, right? This is just one post out of them. If you see right here, I'm sharing a video talking about the importance of having a teleprompter in your professional home studio, right? But if you notice, after talking about it, there's something that I put right here at the end, right? There's something that I put here. I just zoomed in so that you guys can see. What is it? As you can see, I said, need help? Work with me. And I put a link. Email. I put my email right there. Now, this is a mistake that I see a lot of folks make where they will have an amazing post. They will talk about amazing things, but there will be no call to action at the end of the post. Folks, do it. Add a call to action. People are not tired of your call to actions. As a matter of fact, repetition is key for people to remember what to do. Right? Because in everything you're doing, you're either going to distract people or convert people. So what's the purpose of the different posts that you're posting across social media? Is it to distract people or is it to convert them? If it is to convert them, you have to put a call to action. Trust me. People are, by nature lazy, right? So they want it easy right there. And also it is a reminder. And I'm not sure but research proves that it takes the average person to see the same thing repeated to them 7 times before they take action with you. So you want to repeat that over and over and over again. And finally, they'll decide to take that action if they're really interested in working with you. So put a call to action, right? Regardless of when you're posting it, never be shy to add, to learn more, go here. To read more, go here. To connect with me, go here, right? To book a free consultation with me, go here. To, discover more about this a great opportunity, click here. Call to action. And the rest, right, is an invisible funnel that you have set in place to convert them. And they'll take that action with you and want to be your client, right? The next thing you want to do is present at conferences, webinars, or other podcasts, right? If you have some friends that have podcasts and all that, contact them, okay? Go speak at different, webinars or conferences, different places. Have a weekly podcast, which is crucial to display your knowledge, right? This will help showcase and solidify your expertise to a wider audience. That is why I have a weekly podcast. So I'm not just going to have this amazing setup in my home and not leverage this to grow and make money. Right? Have a weekly podcast, family. It's very important. Sharing your insights in a public forum can establish you as a thought leader. Right? Shout out to all the 37 folks, or now 57 folks, on Amazon Live. Thanks for being here with me, family. Right? And the next thing you want to do, create educational resources, develop educational materials like online courses, tutorials, or workshops, sharing your expertise in an instructional format, right? By demonstrating your mastery at the subject, like I'm doing right now. Let's go ahead and take an ad break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. There's so much to talk about, right? So let's go ahead and take a breather real quick, and we'll be right back right after this.
His luck. I'm so happy. I look so good, y'all. I'm crispy. All right, I'm crispy. I'm done. Listen, y'all. Oh my goodness. Life is a little dull sometimes, right? You can see my colors right now. My colors is a little dull. And sometimes you gotta bring a little bit more life to what you do. Look at me. My boy JP set me up with an amazing LUT. The process was incredible. Before he even sent it my way, he told me how my lighting should be. We got on a Zoom call. We went through all of the settings on the camera, made sure I'm white balanced properly, made sure my lighting was right. Even the foreground and background lighting, he made sure everything was crispy. He let me know what popped with my skin. He made me feel real good. Okay, he made me feel real good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He made me feel real good. And man, you guys can see going from 0, all right, to hero. Okay, like let me just dial it in just enough. He even gave me the number to dial it in on. Now, some of you may be asking, what in the heck is a LUT? Now, a LUT is all about getting that custom dial-in color grading that you need just for your custom look. It was important to me as I'm growing my YouTube channel, as I'm growing as a broadcaster, as I'm growing as a content creator. I wanted to make sure that all of my coloring was right and tuned in each and every single time I turn on the camera. Every single time I look into the camera and I'm doing a video, I want to make sure I look good. And if you are a content creator, you're going to want to have your own custom look. You don't want to just download one from the internet and you just put it in there and it looks kind of cool. You want to make sure you have something that's custom from you that no one else has, and my boy JP is the one who can make it happen for you. I'm so happy with my product. It's just incredible. Get it today. I'm overjoyed. It's just an amazing quality product, and I appreciate JP so much, man. You just don't know how amazing you are and how great this product is in this LUT. I'm so happy. I look so good, y'all. I'm crispy. All right, I'm crispy. I'm done. Yeah, just get with JP now. Just get with him now. That's it.
Hey guys, whoever's listening to this, I really need you to hear what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to talk about how do you actually customize your look. One of the things that I have been striving for is to have a different look to my overall videos. And what you're seeing right now is kind of my current state, the current state of my look. What I wanted to have was a more cinematic perspective for my live streams and also for my videos. So what I did was I reached out to JP Hightek, and JP Hightek he pretty much tailored my look and feel to exactly what I wanted. Here's the example. This is me right now before JT's magic, and this is the magic of JP Hightek right now with my look. This is exactly the look that I wanted to have for my videos. So we had a session this morning, and it was pretty much a tailored session where we stripped all of my lights away. We stripped all of the background colors, everything. Positioned my lights. We focused in on my cameras, white balance, first and foremost. And then we actually looked into customizing my LUT. So once again, this is the before. This is the before of what my look looks like, or what it was. And then now here's a gradual transition of JP's LUT for my look. I can temper this look if I wanted to. If I wanted to have a little less, I can do that. If I wanted to have the full I guess, power of the LUT, then I have it all the way up here as well. And it has the look that I have been going for, which is, even though I do live streams and videos, I want to have it a little more cinematic, and he's actually been able to give this to me. So if you are looking to customize your look and feel for your brand, this for me is just the beginning of what we're trying to do. We customize the color of my look for my videos, and now we're going to be doing a couple other things to kind of bring my brand, a little more alive as we continue to get down this journey with live streaming videos and content creation. You need to call JP Hightek and connect with him as soon as possible, so he can customize the look and feel that you want. Once again, this is the before and this is the after. Thank you so much, JP Hightek. I appreciate all of your support and being patient with me this morning, and for providing me with the look and feel that I've always wanted. Thanks again.
All right, family. Welcome back to What's in My Studio here with your humble servant, JP Hightek. And of course, as you can see, that was a live demonstration of the testimonials that was going to help you build your credibility, trust, and have, your customers testify of the amazing things that you're doing. Easy sale. People will jump on it if you do it the right way. And of course, for the folks that are like, yo, I want to do what he's doing, like you saw some of my customers say in the video, you can get a custom LUT, right? A custom LUT is one of the ways that I do what I do. And all you have to do is simply go to the website, jphightek.com/custom LUT, jphightek.com/custom LUT. And why do you need this custom? Well, custom LUT, takes a lot of things that a general LUT that you may buy online will not, such as your skin color, your skin tone, your lighting, right? Your specific lighting that you want, the type of mood, the type of LUT that you want to create, right? All that is important to understanding whether you're indoor or outdoor, right? And so if you go to jphightek.com/custom LUT, you have more information and see some LUTs in action. Just like, if you're watching this right now, I'm showing you really, really important things. And that's what I am using myself on my video right now. I always use a custom LUT in order to present myself a certain way, family. This is, something that I never go without, right? Because your camera can only do so much, which is why in cinematography, after we record things, we put them into those editing softwares like Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, and what have you, in order to make them look a certain way, right? So go ahead to jphightek.com/custom LUT to get your own custom LUT. Now, the next thing that you can do, if you're like, yo, JP, I need way more than just a custom LUT. I need help doing everything that you're doing right now, right? If you need help doing everything that we're doing, I'm talking about a complete branding, right? Work. You need help building your online presence, or helping you have your online podcast, or the production of your podcast. I'm talking about the overlays, the animated elements that I have here. Everything that you see me do right now, we do it for people, right? So if you need help with that, all you have to do is go to my website, jphightek.com/booking, jphightek.com/booking, and let's see how my team and I can help you do these things, right? Because we want to help you. We want you to really establish yourself properly and professionally. Talking about establishing yourself professionally is the next thing we want to talk about, is build a professional online presence. And we're talking about how to leverage your, professional home studio, right? To make money, to grow your business and establish a sustainable growth, for yourself and your family, right? So one of those things is building a professional online presence, right? What am I talking about? Well, you need to maintain a strong online presence with a well-established brand, right? Through a professional website, LinkedIn profile, or social media accounts. They have to be professional, right? Trust me. Every single person that wants to do business with you, they will look you up. They will Google you. They will go to different pages, right, that you have. They'll go to your website and different things to see the feel. And the website that you have and your online presence needs to be designed to sell, needs to be designed to convert them. Now, if it's all chaotic, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I don't want you leaving money on the table, family. That's why we're talking about these things today, right? Share content related to your field and engage with others in relevant discussions. The next thing you want to do is you want to offer consultations and coaching, right? Provide one-on-one consultations or coaching sessions in your area of expertise to people, right? This can allow you to demonstrate your ability to apply your knowledge to solve specific problems. Offer those things. One thing that I do, my company, is we offer a 30-minute free consultation. And then from there, if you really need help on a specific area, you book a paid consultation and we'll help you there, right? But there's so many amazing professionals where you go to the website and there's nothing, like there's no way, easy way, I should say, to hop on their calendar. And there's no system in place for people to just book them for, 15-minute quick free consultation, right? Because a lot of times people want to make sure you are indeed who you say you are, or the one that initial, conversation with you to solidify what they're trying to pay you for. And from there, bam, they'll turn around and you invoice them after that first initial consultation and they'll pay it and they'll be happy campers, happy customers of you, right? This is important. This is very important. And one thing that a lot of amazing creators don't do is join a professional association. Become a member of, professional association or organization in your field. Here's the thing. Active involvement can reinforce your dedication to your profession. And people see that, right? Join different conversations, right? Help out online, join forums, right? Share your expertise, because what that does is share light on you. Somebody might notice you that this person really provides a lot of amazing insight. Let me check him out. And from there, they're going to realize that you might be the go-to person for what they've been needing for so long, right? And now they're going to want to book you. Next thing is continuously improve. Even as an expert, right? There's always more to learn. We want to stay humble and be open to new ideas, family. We want to research quite often, right? And for the folks that know me, other creators that know me don't know that I am, always jumping. I don't hesitate, right, to jump into private rooms, webinars, conferences, anything that I can go to improve and continue learning. I love that. Like I always say, the day you stop learning, you stop growing. So I'm always looking for ways to learn, ways to improve myself, right? An example is whenever I see something happening, I may know the topic. Not long ago, I was on an event by Tanya Smith, right? Where she was talking about leveraging live video, right, to build your brand. Even though I know the subject matter, I still went there. Why? Because it's not about what you know. It's about what you don't know. Because I might know 99% of the things she's talking about, and that 1% might be what I'm missing. And that 1% might be what would really catapult me to the next level. How much are you investing in your knowledge to continuous growth, right? Because the day you tell yourself that you know it all is the day you're going to start falling behind, right? Nobody knows it all. The next thing you want to really take the time and do is, like I shared, provide value to others. Ultimately, your expertise should be, about helping people. Provide value through your knowledge, whether it's solving problems, offering guidance, or sharing insights everywhere you can. And be patient, folks, because establishing yourself as an expert takes time. Consistency, dedication, and patience are key to building and maintaining your reputation. It's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, it takes some people 7 times to even take action. So 7, it could be 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months. I've had people book me after a year of watching me do what I do consistently. You want me to give you a secret? Let me give you guys a secret. One thing that I do, if, for example, there's a potential customer that is interested in potentially paying me for a service or, a product or something, or becoming a customer, I love connecting with them. This is what it does. When you connect with them, now they can forget about you because you will be active in their social notifications, right? Their social feeds. And if you're doing these things that we're talking about, right, they will consistently see you, right? Prove yourself as an expert in the field, which is going to reinforce what they already thought about you. So you're not forgotten. They keep seeing you in their, notification feeds. They keep seeing the amazing things that you're doing. They keep seeing the different posts content that you're creating, which is reinforcing what they already knew about you. So they will come to you and spend the money. It doesn't matter how long it takes. They know you are the go-to person. So make sure you network with people. Don't just have them meet with you, right? Potentially on a Zoom meeting or something, or have a conversation with them and say, all right, so let us know whenever you're ready and buy. No, that's no. You don't do that. Don't just tell them buy. Connect with them. Ask them, are you on social media? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram, TikTok? Where are you? I would love to connect with you so we can stay connected. That's what you do. Well, hopefully you're taking note of this. Hopefully this is helping you, family. All right, family, let's go ahead and continue here to the next point. And there's so much that we're discussing. I'm looking at the time. I hope I can go over all of this because I have 11 points, right, that I want to share with you guys. And the next point here is number 4, choose your niche and content topic, right? Again, choose your niche and content topic. Identify a niche that aligns with your business expertise and your audience interests, family. Research trending topics about it, the industry gaps to determine what topics will resonate most with your target audience. Okay? And the next thing that you want to do here is plan your content strategy, family. Plan your content strategy. Develop a content calendar outlining the topics, format, and release schedule for your podcast and videos. See, people want a schedule. People want to know when they can expect you, right? And whenever you establish that, they can now add you to their calendar because everybody's busy. Consistency is key to building an audience. And that shows them that you will be consistent. Whenever you start establishing a pattern of showing up on the same schedule, right? Every week or every day, if you can do that, or whatever, or once a month or once every other week. But whenever you consistently showing up at a certain schedule and you're even scheduling certain things ahead of time, people get used to it real quick. And now they can see that you are consistent in the things that you do. Right? Consider mixing up your content as well with different format, such as interviews, right? When you're creating your content, have some interviews, tutorials behind the scenes, right? That I always do here. That will give them a glimpse into what you have and how you're doing it, because that actually helps people want to spend money with you, because whenever they see what you're doing and how hard it is to do the things that you do, people want to spend money with you, because they see the value that you have to offer. They see that, oh, it takes a whole lot to get to where you are, to achieve the things that you're achieving. So obviously in their head, right, their subconscious will tell them that they actually need you and need your help to achieve these things. Right, family? So the next thing here that we want to do, right, which is very important, is create compelling content. Right? Craft engaging and informating scripts or outline for your episodes or videos. Ensure your content provides value to your audience, family. Right? Focus on storytelling and delivering content in an engaging manner to keep viewers and listeners hooked. Right? If you notice, one thing that I've been doing ever since we started this episode is I've been changing a lot of angles. Now, why am I doing that? Is because people's attention span can be short, right? Now, this whole thing, I could be talking about the whole thing without having everything that's on the screen. It could just be like this, right? Just me with a microphone and talking to you. It could just be like this. But we both know there's a huge difference between it being like this or being like this. It's the same conversation, it's the same setup, but this one adds more to it. This one helps your attention span. And this one is even putting certain branding information in the eyes of the beholder, in the eyes of the folks that are watching my content right now, which is helping sell me as the expert that I am. It's putting the name of the show right there in your face. It's putting my name right there. You have a scrolling ticker at the bottom. You have things going on, and this is helping people's brain. If you watch television, you notice that they do the same thing. They don't keep one single angle for the entirety of their presentation. They keep changing, and you want to do that, right? You want to build those type of things because that will help you, right? Stay engaged with the people that are watching. Engagement is not just about comments, likes, or sharing. Engagement is people also being interested or staying to watch pretty much the entirety of your presentations or your content that you're putting out there, right? Those are things that we want to do. And it is important to maintain a balance between evergreen content and topics that address current trends and issues. If you never heard the term evergreen or you don't know what it means, evergreens are topics that, transcend times, like you can talk about business ethic, for example. Business ethic doesn't expire. It's not something that is a trend, right? That will expire next year. Having a business ethic, for example, is something that you must develop regardless of the year, time, in the world or anything. So it's evergreen, it's ever existent, it's ever valid, right? That's what it means, evergreen, in case you didn't know. So have a good balance between evergreen content and also addressing current trends and issues, right? Very important to do that. And the next thing that we want to take a look at here is number 7, record and edit professionally. It's so important to pay attention to your audio and video quality during recording to ensure a professional result. Edit your content meticulously, removing any background noise, awkward pauses, or error, right? Consider adding graphics or animations to your visuals, just like I do here. That helps sell what you do. Consider doing these things will elevate the same conversation that you've been having. And again, if you need help, we can help set all this up for you. So contact our team, right? And this will take us to the next conversation, which is branding and promotion. Develop a consistent visual and audio brand for your content, including logos, intro, outro, music. A lot of times people don't realize that even the music that you consistently play in your content is part of your brand. For example, if you take T-Mobile, every time you watch their ad or hear their ad on the radio, they always have the same music. AT&T, you always have the same music. Why do they always use the same music? Well, it is part of your brand. Because what happens is whenever people hear that same music, without watching what you're doing, they know instantly is this brand. They know instantly is you because they identify the sound to your brand. So even in the music we're selecting, it is important that we are consistent in there, right? Now, when you do that, promote your content across various, platforms, including your social media, your website, email newsletters, and then collaborate with influencers or experts in your niche for guest appearances or interviews to expand your reach, right? Let's go to the next point here. I'm going a little faster this time because I really want to go through everything we have. We're over our time. It's been over an hour now, right? Engage with your audience. What does that mean? Well, respond to comments, right? And messages promptly or, in a good time frame. You want to foster a sense of community and engagement with your audience. It's very important because It is so bad that you create content and you completely ignore your tribe. No, folks, no, you don't want to do that. Don't ignore your tribe, family. Stay consistent with them. Ask them questions, right? Ask them questions. Try to get a reaction from them. Create an emotion from them. Okay? That's gonna allow you to grow your tribe, which in return is gonna allow you to charge more for your product and services because they will value you so much that anytime you release a product or service, they want to jump and purchase it because they will see that you value them as part of your tribe. Right? And the next thing here that we want to also do is analyze and adjust, right? You want to monitor the performance of your content using analytics tools, right? You want to track the metrics such as audience growth, engagement rates, and conversation rates, right? You want to use these insights to gain, right, a good look into how you're performing. And you use this to adjust your content strategy. And this will help you focus on what works best for your specific audience. Okay? The next thing here that we want to focus on, right, is monetizing your content. Now, a whole lot of folks will think when we're talking about monetizing, it has to do with the traditional ads on our videos or no. You know, explore, of course, different monetization options such as sponsorship, right? Affiliate marketing, or selling products, services directly related to your niche. If you notice during this presentation, you've seen me promote a product or service. You've seen me take an ad break, right? Well, that means that you want to consider creating premium content or offering membership for exclusive access to something, right? And you promote that when you create your content. You have no idea how many times I've seen a lot of podcasts, a lot of great conversations where the speaker or the host did not even take the time to promote his own services. And when you ask, some of them tell me, well, JP, well, as long as I put it in the video description, I believe is good enough. Well, it doesn't work like that because it is very powerful whenever you take an actual ad break, right? Or you stop the conversation in the middle of it to promote something that you have. Oh boy. Do not hesitate to promote your services. Do not hesitate to talk about what you have to offer because remember, you are the brand. People are there for you. So as they're learning the things that you're talking about, they also want to know how you can help them. So you stop what you're doing and have a mini commercial to play or something like that will help solidify the information that you want them or the call to action that you want them to take. And what is that going to do? Help your conversion rate. Right? The next thing that we want to look at here is point number 12 is stay informed and evolve. What are you talking about, JP? Well, what I mean is stay up to date with industry trends and audience preferences, your specific audience. What do they really like? You want to be able to adapt your content strategy as needed to remain relevant in their eyes and what? Valuable. Relevant and valuable. And of course, family, if you stayed till this time, if you stayed till the end, I have a bonus tip for you guys that I have not talked about. And this is simulcasting, multi-streaming. Do not just release your content on one platform. I'm not talking about uploading on multiple platforms. I'm talking about going live, right? And broadcasting this on multiple platforms. Any platform you can think of. Because guess what? Every platform with its own mindset, its own way of moving, living, walking, right? And this is a business that you're building. So you being present in the eyes of everyone is crucial. Well, hopefully you guys have learned something. Hopefully you appreciated this presentation. Let's all remember one thing, that building a successful podcast in the video studio for our business is a long-term endeavor, right? You may take time to build an audience and see a significant result, but with dedication, high quality content, and a strategic approach, anyone can use or leverage our professional home studio setup to drive business growth and achieve our goals. If you want to connect with me, one thing that I want to ask you to do is, of course, go ahead and jump right here. Let me go ahead and show it to you, right? Go ahead and jump right here in my personal email, or you can jump into my calendar by going to, jphightek.com/booking, or send me an email, connect@jphightek.com, right? jphightek.com, or social media @jphightek. And I really, really, really will love to hear from you, family. This is something that I appreciate sharing with you. And let me know in the comment section below the one thing that you took away from today's presentation. Let me know. What is that one thing that you did not know or that you believe might be, right, the key factor that will catapult you or really transform the landscape of how you've been doing things? I would like to know. And of course, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to go ahead and put your question in the comment section. I'm here for that. Go ahead and put in the comment section. If you have any question, I'll take the time to read it and answer you. And of course, if you appreciate it, don't forget, family, we are available. And I want to ask you, if you listen to this podcast, subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review, or follow us on YouTube, family. We're also on YouTube, and it is JP Hightek Reviews, the YouTube name. Follow us, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you never have to miss any episode that we put out. Don't forget, this show is live every single week. We're here every single Wednesday. Whenever we're not here or whenever we have a problem with our schedule, we might announce that and be live on Tuesday. But every single week we are here Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is your humble servant, JP Hightek. And of course, for all the folks on Amazon Live, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. I see you right there, and I appreciate you again. Follow me on Amazon Live. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to connect with you. And, we will see you guys next time for another live stream. Be safe, like I always say. Shalom, family. Bye.
What's up, y'all? This is your man, Lionel. I am super excited that I had the opportunity to work with my man, JP Hightek. Man, JP was absolutely fabulous. I mean, from start to finish, he was instrumental in helping me to understand not only what my mission, what my vision is, but how to communicate that visually. So one of the examples I'll give you real quick is that JP helped me a lot with my look. With the LUT, that's how I started out with JP. As you can see right now, look overexposed, too much light. It's spilling over into the background. You can look really, you can see the chair in the middle, to boom, this right here gave me my natural skin color, natural texture. Just a wonderful, wonderful a piece of working with JP. So what I really liked about him is that he not only helped me to show visually what it is I wanted to do, but he actually walked me through the process to hear what it is I was trying to do. And then he spent over 4 hours. Think about that. 4 hours working with me one-on-one to help me get it looking to where I wanted to look, where I could invite guests onto my platform as well. So I highly recommend JP Hightek, not only for your personal branding and your website and all of those things, but I recommend JP because he's personable, he's direct to show you exactly where you need to go and how you need to go there, but he's also super professional from start to finish. I see professionalism. So I highly recommend JP, and I know you guys will like him too. If you have any questions for me, let me know, but definitely JP is the man we work with. If you have any questions, let me know.